Hello and welcome everybody to the Gold and Silver Club Commodities Corner presented by myself, Phil Carr. Now before we get started guys, just a very quick check-in with you all. You can all see the presentation okay and hear me loud and clear, and I just will present the disclaimer to you to have a quick read of before we get started. Okay, good. Today's live session will be covering live market analysis. We will be going over a complete watch list of trading opportunities right now. We will of course be going through a forecast of where we expect commodities to go over the course of the US session today and into next week and for the rest of the month, how we expect the markets to move. And of course, as always, we will be answering questions and we will be providing live support. So do make sure any questions, any contributions at all, do put those into the chat function. So let me introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. The Gold and Silver Club is the #1 commodities trading and investment coaching company. We are regarded as the go-to authority on commodities trading, and as internationally respected experts, our analysis and our opinions on the metals, the energies and the agricultural markets, they are routinely sought by major financial television channels and publications, which include Bloomberg, Reuters, CNBC, the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal. Our team of experts has trained and mentored over 100,000 private traders from all over the world to increase their wealth and generate substantial income through commodities using our exclusive research-driven strategies. So for more information on the Gold and Silver Club and our expertise, please visit our website, which is at www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. So let's get right into it and we'll have a look at some of the major market movers over the course of this week. So this week we have seen some quite large gains in crude oil. We saw oil soar earlier on this week after Saudi Arabia and Russia, they signed an agreement to stabilize oil prices. With that, we saw a significant 5% move to the upside in less than an hour earlier on this week as two of the world's top oil producers signed that agreement to stabilize oil prices at the G20 summit. Now, all eyes are at this point on the OPEC meeting, which is in Algeria on September the 26th to the 28th. So if you trade oil, have that in your diary, make a note of it. That will be a very important day for the oil market between the 26th to the 28th. We're likely to see some big moves. Now, of course, last Friday, we did see the US non-farm payroll numbers come in under expectations. The data was a disappointment. And on that, we saw some explosive moves on gold, on silver. Gold up 27% now this year as we've continued to see uncertainty over US economic growth, dampening expectations that the Federal Reserve will raise rates later this month at the FOMC statement scheduled on the 21st of September. So with that, what we will have a look at is we'll go over to the live charts very shortly. Our portfolio performance, our top trades using our exclusive research-driven strategies over the last week have been as follows. So first of all, we had a great opportunity to get in on gold just very close to the highs from Thursday, actually, where we got a breakout above Thursday's highs from non-farm payroll, got into this breakout at 13.25, very straightforward rise trade to take gold back up towards the upper end of its trend channel. So we got into that 13.25. That has, of course, delivered where we've seen gold get all the way up to about 13.49 over the course of this week. Brent crude oil also earlier on this week offered an opportunity to get in for a long position for a breakout above the 47.50 zone on lower time frames for just a very straightforward trade for the price to be higher as we continue to see oil surge over the course of this week. So with that, we will have a look at the markets. We'll be going through some potential trade setups with you as well. Very simply, we are looking at two types of trades today. If you select higher, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price. And if you select lower, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. So very straightforward. Now, on this type of trade, you need to get three criteria right here. So first of all, you of course want to get your entry right, then you want to get the direction of the market right, and then the time frame. So you want to make sure that you're getting in a good price, and then you want to make sure that you're doing it over the correct time frame. So it could be a daily time frame, an hourly time frame, expiry could be a week from now, and also you want to make sure that you're getting the right direction. So if all of those three marry up correctly, then you have a winning trade. So with that, we will move over to live technical analysis and trading. As always, guys, do keep the questions coming. If there are any questions as we go through each of the commodities, you are very welcome to post those into the chat, and we will go through those as we continue to analyze the markets. Okay, so I will share my screen with you. I'm just going to do a few modifications here to get my screen shared with you. Just hold on 1 second as I do this. Okay, good. Quick check-in. You can still hear me okay, and you can also see the presentation okay as well. We are currently on gold. Yep, perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, super. So with that, we will start off here. In fact, we'll go over, we'll have a look at the, yeah, we can start off with gold. That's fine, actually. We'll have a look at the precious metals first. In fact, I'll start off with silver, then we'll move over to gold, platinum, palladium, and then, of course, oil as well. So silver. Silver has had a nice jump up over the last week. We saw quite a nice breakout actually over the course of non-farm payrolls. We had this significant pop to the upside. We followed through earlier on this week as well. We've been continuing to see good momentum to the upside. Now silver managed to get back above $20 per ounce here. It's had an impressive run up since non-farm payrolls. And with that, at the moment, we've actually just come back this morning and retested a Fibonacci level, which is the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level, which sits at 1937. So it has been a good ramp up over the last week since non-farm payroll. It's very quickly actually, silver has, because it's rallied up so significantly over the last week and a half here, we've seen a 179-point move actually from last Friday to today. We've seen over 170-point move to the upside, which for silver is quite significant. And with that, we have seen some profit taking over the last couple of days here, but we're back at a supportive layer where I'm watching silver very closely here to see if it will offer a better opportunity now to get in and add a position. You can see we've just come back down to important Fibonacci level. The previous level at 38.2 retracement was supported. The US dollar has given some strength over the last couple of days after it sold off significantly this week, and particularly following on from non-farm payrolls. We sold off quite heavily earlier on this week. Over Tuesday in particular was where we had this big sell-off. Now we're continuing to see the US dollar just hover around the 95 level here. So if we can see the US dollar breaking below the weekly lows here, which would be a breach below the 94.30 level, then I would expect that to be supportive for the metals. What I would advise here is a bit of patience here. I do suspect gold and silver are going to give some better entries here for those of you who might not have positions on these markets. Pullbacks, in my opinion, are to be treated as buying opportunities at the moment. Silver being one of the best performing commodities over 2016. At its peak, it's been up 47%. This is officially in a bull market. Bit of a retracement this morning. Possibly we'll get a little bit more follow through. We could get a move back down to around $19 per ounce, but essentially it's held on to a major swing low. So I'm continuing to watch silver for another opportunity to add to this position. Now, similar situation with gold as well. Now, if you don't have this channel already on your chart, add it on. So very simply, draw the lows going back to December, bring those up to the lows here achieved over January, and just keep going right on the chart. Then you will find the lows from the beginning of June, keep going up, and you can just marry those up with the lows that we had at the beginning of September on last week's non-farm payrolls, which yet again held. Okay, so there's a lot of underlying support still for gold here. You have to bear in mind, since Friday's non-farm payroll, we've seen silver and, well, gold in particular here, we've seen gold rally just under 500 points, which is a pretty good move here for gold just in a few days. Okay, it did that in about 3 to 4 sessions here. So 3 to 4 days, it rallied back significantly. So some profit taking to be expected. We're back at the 1335 zone, which I also perceive as a supportive zone, looking to see whether we will have a nice opportunity again to reload and add to gold at this level. Especially, you can see we've got a number of supportive moving averages at this level. So I'm looking for opportunities to add 2 positions around this level. For me, it's not quite right yet because we could see a little bit more of a pullback before we see gold bid back up again. Essentially, worst case scenario here, if we saw gold pull back further, I would just look for a revisit of about 13.15 to 13.20, and I would also look at an opportunity for a buy at that zone. So for me, continuing to be very patient here with gold, waiting for the daily closes here, just a little bit of a pullback. We've benefited from the majority of this breakout from non-farm payroll, loaded into a position here, and now at the moment we've had an opportunity to bank some profits, and now we're looking for a re-entry again on gold. Now, oil actually is looking quite interesting as well. I'll put you over to, we'll have a look, let's look at Brent crude oil actually. So Brent crude oil right now, let's just add some short-term fib levels on here so we can have a look at a couple of levels here. We'll bring those back out again. So at the moment, oil did have quite a big move over the course of this week. You can see going back to the lows from Friday, 45, we've just essentially gone back up to 50. That is the range that oil is stuck in at the moment, 45 to 50 range here. So I would be a bit mindful of that right now, and I would be a bit careful because we are just really stuck in this range. And note, we've got some overhead channels here which you can very simply add, which are providing resistance. And you've got another pennant here which is also in development. So what we might see here is profit taking. We've had a pretty good surge over the course of this week. It's been about a $5 move for oil here, which is quite considerable over 5 sessions. Then what we could see is another rotation back towards the lower end of the trend channel, which would then give rise to potential another buy. You could go for a short-term sell here on oil ahead of the Baker Hughes news, which is coming out later on today. In fact, the Baker Hughes report will be coming out just after 6 o'clock London time, so you can have that on your radar as well. For me at the moment, oil is a good buy below, I would suggest Brent crude oil. You've got WTI or light sweet crude oil and Brent crude oil. Let me bring on light sweet crude oil here for you as well. For me at the moment, light sweet crude oil is a good buy below 44, between 44 to 42. And similar situation, it's just come up to resistance zone. Today here, we could get a little bit more of a pullback. It's just ricocheting between around the 40 to 45 zone at the moment. So just continuing to wait. Now, really, the explosive moves on oil are very likely to come later on this month. Okay, so that will be from Monday, the 26th of September through to Wednesday, the 28th. That is when we've got the OPEC meetings, and that is where we could see some really great opportunities. Of course, if we do get a breakout for oil here above resistance over the course of today's session, which would be a breach of 50.50, that is also a buying opportunity, but otherwise we could just back and fill here. We might just see a move back towards the lower end of the channel here, which could represent a short-term sell opportunity. I'd like to see some certain confirmations before going in a sell there, but ultimately, hopefully you can see that very clear pattern lining up on the chart at the moment. Now, moving over to platinum and palladium. Platinum and palladium also had significant bounces last week following on from non-farm payrolls, who had a nice move back to the upside here. You can see we're just pulling back, profit taking right now. Same situation on palladium, nice pop over non-farm payrolls, holding on to some significant moving averages here. And we're just consolidating right now. So I do expect gold, silver to consolidate throughout today's session. I suspect as we go into next week, we will start to build a base here, and potentially there's some good entries. We might even have it during the US session today, but if gold and silver do just drift lower, I'm looking for additional entries here to load up on positions over the course of this month. So particularly as we go into the FOMC statement, which is on the 21st of September, that could be a major market mover. You've got the Bank of Japan delivering announcements over that time as well. Today, we've got a number of FOMC members who are speaking, which might create some volatility for the US dollar index and gold and silver. There's nothing major scheduled today which could cause a huge move in gold and silver at the moment. Well, nothing scheduled anyway. Often we can get, of course, unscheduled geopolitical news, which can have an impact. But in terms of the next major news items, I'll be definitely looking towards the September FOMC statement. That could be a pretty big mover here. And also, of course, as we go into November, we've got the US elections, which will definitely have significant impacts on all of the markets, which will be very lucrative trading opportunities. Now, we do have a number of positions which are open at the moment, which we provided to all of our members at the Gold and Silver Club. We've got several trades which we are currently in, which are moving nicely in profit at the moment. But if you do want access to those on a more regular basis, you want to be updated to the exact trades that we take at the Gold and Silver Club, exact entry, exit, when to take the trades, reminders of positions, you can, of course, get access to all of that via the private members live trading room. So let me just talk you through that. If you would like access to our highly profitable live trade ideas shared with you, ready to implement, very simply, you just need to go across to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com. Once you've completed the application form, we will get in touch with you ASAP, okay? So it's www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com, and I will just put that in the description for you there. Okay, perfect. And alongside that, what do you get by being a member and who's it for? Let me just explore that a little bit further. So really, whether you're a new trader and you're looking to develop a solid understanding of the markets, fast track your results. If you're a complete beginner, of course, we can help you build up your foundations. Even if you are an experienced trader and you just want to take your trading to the next level, the private members live trading room is definitely something to consider. So as a member of the live trading room, you get access to the following. Of course, you get access to our live trading room webinars, so you can watch the Gold and Silver Club expert traders analyze the commodity markets right in front of you, pick out highly profitable trade setups, share exact entry, exit point, profit and stop loss targets, as well as walk you through live trade ideas ready to implement. We also provide you with trade notifications by email, SMS, so real-time notifications, so you don't miss any trade opportunities. That includes exact details of where to enter, exit, place your stop loss. All of those trade setups are sent out to you in advance notice to ensure you have plenty of time to get into every position at the best possible price for maximum profits. And of course, you get access to our commodity research, so our market insights, so you get exclusive access to our proprietary trading research and market insights to help you boost your win rate and ensure you're on the right side of trades. Our trading research is there to give you the ultimate edge in the commodity markets and fast track your results. So again, as a member, you get access to the following. You get our weekly live trading room webinars. You get live trade setups ready to implement for instant results. You get real-time trade notifications by email and SMS so you don't miss profitable trades. You get exact details of where to enter, exit, place a stop loss. You get the weekly trading plan with a watch list of our trade ideas for the week ahead, live trade support to help you successfully through each trade, and institutional level trading research and commodity insights to give you the ultimate edge in the markets. Okay, so again, all of that, you just get that very simply by going over to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com, complete the application form, and we will of course get in touch with you ASAP. Okay, fantastic. So with that, I of course wish you all good trading. Have a fantastic weekend. Very much look forward to working with those of you who will be making an application and joining us at the Gold and Silver Club. All the best, guys. I will speak to you all very soon. Of course, thank you to Binary.com and the team for all your help. Okay, thanks guys. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye.